A female CEO worth billions returns to her homeland for the first time with her young daughter. Unexpectedly, as they exit the plane, the little girl suddenly runs toward a homeless man huddled in a corner, excitedly shouting, "Daddy!" The man looks completely confused by this greeting, but the child remains convinced he's her long-lost father. When the CEO catches up, she freezes upon hearing her daughter call this stranger father. Years ago, the CEO had suffered a serious accident that left her with partial amnesia. She couldn't even remember who her daughter's father was. Still, she finds it impossible to accept that her child's father could be a homeless man on the street. As she stands there bewildered, her daughter pulls out a folded photograph from her pocket, explaining it was given to her by a private investigator. The photo shows the man who is supposedly her biological father. The CEO takes the picture and carefully compares it to the homeless man before her, shocked to discover there is indeed a resemblance. To uncover the truth, the CEO decides to temporarily bring this homeless man to her villa while having her assistant urgently arrange a DNA paternity test. While awaiting the results, she scrutinizes the disheveled man, completely perplexed, and finding it hard to imagine she could have ever been involved with someone like him. Soon after, her assistant rushes back with the test report, solemnly confirming that this homeless man is indeed the girl's biological father. The CEO is absolutely stunned by this revelation. Thrown into confusion by this unexpected discovery, she cannot comprehend how she could have had an intimate relationship with a homeless man. While she's anxiously pondering this, her daughter gently tugs at her sleeve, asking her to look at the man again. When the CEO raises her head, she's surprised to see that the once ragged homeless man, now dressed in clean, proper clothes, appears to be a distinguished and handsome gentleman. Looking at the transformed man before her, the CEO suddenly understands. Her past self must have been attracted to his natural charisma. She musters the courage to approach him and softly asks his name, but he confusedly replies that he can't remember. After saying this, he carefully takes her hand and asks if he might stay with the family for a while. The moment he touches her hand, a strange sense of familiarity washes over her. To solve this mystery, the CEO takes him to a top hospital for a comprehensive examination. When the results come back, the doctor explains that the man had suffered a severe head injury, resulting in long-term memory loss. Hearing this diagnosis, the CEO becomes thoughtful. Why had they both experienced memory loss? This makes her suspect there might be a connection. To investigate further, she immediately contacts her assistant, requesting a thorough background check on the man. Until the investigation results come back, she allows him to stay in the guest room. Her daughter is overjoyed at finally finding her father and eagerly asks if he can take her to kindergarten. The next day, as the man is escorting the girl to kindergarten, a black sedan suddenly accelerates toward them. In the critical moment, he instinctively pushes the girl to safety, while he himself is thrown several yards by the impact. In this life-or-death moment, his memories come flooding back. It turns out he too is a billionaire business tycoon, but his younger brother had always coveted his business empire. Years ago, when he was preparing to travel abroad on business, his brother carefully orchestrated a deadly car accident that caused his memory loss and left him homeless. Fortunately, this crisis becomes a turning point. Medical personnel quickly arrive at the scene, and the man's injuries aren't serious. When he wakes up in the hospital with the anxious CEO and daughter by his side, he finally understands everything. He is indeed the girl's father and the CEO's former lover. However, to protect them from his brother's threats, he decides not to reveal that his memory has returned. As the CEO wheels him back to the villa, the man accidentally notices an invitation to a business gala on the coffee table, issued by his former company. Upon asking, he learns that his brother is hosting a grand ceremony to finalize his takeover of the conglomerate. With a plan forming in his mind, the man immediately suggests attending this gala, and the CEO agrees to support him.